Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel and welcome back to Nick and Willikins. Sorry last video there was no audio, it sort of messed up, but what happened was there was a murder. Was it Nick, was it anyone? So shall we see what happened in the new one. Let's see, he's got to, we'll have a look at this dead body. So, let's see.
Getting an idea of who this was and why he's here would be an excellent idea, and this police tape is hardly going to stop me. But I'd rather not contaminate the crime scene with my own fingerprints.
Okay, let's see what he says about this.
I believe this one is called "The Unicorn is in Captivity and Wishes It Was Still Dead." So, exquisite.
In the book, we have, let's have a look at the clues. Let's have a look at what he's got here. Let's have a look.
That detective fellow gave me this. It's meant to track my progress in gathering the 4 elements that can exonerate Master Nick. Motive, murder weapon, proof of sanity, and a witness. As of now, I've managed to locate none of them.
Okay, so we need the motive, why he did it, and the weapon, the witness, and the proof. So, let's have a look. We could try, I wonder if... Nick has got anything upstairs. So let's have a look in the bedroom, what he's going to say to us. So let's see first if he's got a motive. There's probably a weapon somewhere. Looks like he gets shot.
Excuse me, Master Nick.
Willikins, you heard that quirky detective. Stop running your bloody gob and go exonerate me of this crime. Also, I think he said something about a colouring book.
Ah, yes. My goals have indeed been clearly demarcated in the form of a child's activity book. Though surely you mean colouring, sir?
Why, what did I say?
How you holding up, sir?
Is this about my trousers? Because I've told you before, Willikins, a man is free to be however nude he chooses in his own home, and I shan't hear otherwise.
Let's have a look. The proof, all the weapons.
Sir, the corpse in our entrance hall.
I thought it was a foyer. Foyer? Foyer. God, how do you say that anyway?
We'll circle back to that. My concern is the gaping hole in said corpse, and I was hoping you might have some insight as to what may have created it.
Willikins, what have I told you about hope?
You say that hope is the thing with feathers, and I should consider myself allergic to feathers.
Too right.
Except when I'm tending to your pet budgie.
And the budgie's the exception that proves the rule, isn't it?
So let's have a look at the motive.
Sir, do you know any reason why someone might have murdered the gentleman in our entrance hall?
Is this like in weddings when the vicar asks if anyone has any reason why these two shouldn't be wed?
Almost nothing like that, sir.
Can't help you then, mate. Also, you're not my mate. I don't know why I just said that.
I don't know why you say most things, sir.
I think it has something to do with Free Willy.
Sir, is there any chance you saw anything relating to the murder downstairs? I realize it's a bit of an inconvenience to ask, but this may help prevent you from being England's first victim of capital punishment since Harold Wilson was Prime Minister.
Was Harold Wilson sent to the gallows? Core, I knew the Beatles were cross with him in that Taxman song, but I didn't realise they had the power to order someone dead.
Never mind. I'll sort this one out myself, then.
Knock yourself out, Willikins. Only do try not to knock yourself out. With you unconscious, I wouldn't have anyone to summon to clean up your worthless body.
I don't suppose you have any sort of documented proof of your own sanity lying about, sir?
What makes you think I'm sane, Willikins?
Because that would diminish the very real struggle undertaken by genuinely mentally ill people. You're not insane, sir. You're just an arsehole.
I feel like I should be offended by that, Willikins. Am I offended by that?
Oh, probably, but then you noticed something shiny and forgot all about it.
Forgot all about what?
Sir, I must insist that you allow me to look under your bed.
Willikins, I've decided to try being indecisive. I always wanted to be a logical paradox.
Really, sir? Is that what you've always wanted to be today?
And so, in answer to the question, may I look under the bed, I say to you, I don't know.
You don't know?
That's right.
Sir, you realize I'm doing all of this to exonerate you of the rather serious murder charges that are currently hanging over you.
Then you better help me make up my mind quickly, hadn't you?
Very well. Yes, I may look under your bed.
Not good enough. I need you to introduce some kind of random element. A device of some sort that will make the decision for me in a satisfyingly unpredictable fashion.
Sir, you're just needlessly complicating things at this point.
Oh, you always say that. Now off you go.
You've reached the offices of Clever Ruse, home of the great detective Clever Ruse. Speaking to you now is the great detective himself, Clever Ruse.
Mr. Ruse?
Call me Clever.
Rather. I was wondering if you could provide me with more information.
Inquire away.
About the motive.
In order to determine why a person was killed, you must discover who they were. What were they about? Did they have any enemies who would benefit from their death? These are all excellent questions. I know this because I asked them.
About the murder weapon.
It's you that's supposed to be providing this information to me, not the other way around, boy.
I'm in my 60s.
It's quite likely the item in question is still there in the hall someplace. Have a look round in all the most likely hidey holes, and you'll probably find the murder weapon.
About the proof of sanity.
What do I look like? A mental health professional?
Well, I try best not to generalize about such things.
A good detective always generalizes. We'd never get anything done if we weren't willing to cut those intellectual corners. Bring to mind the things you associate with psychiatry. Oedipal complexes, incurring the wrath of Tom Cruise, life-stabilizing medications, and work backwards from there.
About the witness.
Surely you know basic English. A witness is someone who may have seen or witnessed some or all of the events that took place at the time in question. So be on the lookout for anyone who may have been near your entrance hall when that poor devil was murdered.
Okay, so we've got to look downstairs in the entrance hall and see if there's any weapon. And the mum was downstairs, or the nan, or somebody, so we'll have a look at her, see if she's got any answers to this. So we'll go downstairs. We'll have a look in there, in the entrance hall. But who could have done it? We don't know.
Just a vase, nothing special about it.
Okay. Anything here?
There's nothing particularly special about this one either, except that this one is a vase.
Okay, so I can't see anything. Unless we go into the gallery, see if there's anything in here.
We had to pay that tiger 60 quid to lie down and pose for that. Oddly, the puppet's lips never moved, but Master Nick's did. Don't know why that dog's so unhappy. It makes more in a year than I do. This used to open, revealing a button that did nothing. Mercifully, it's since been sealed shut. There was once a descriptive audio service that accompanied this painting, filling the hall with a constant ear-piercing howling. Somehow it became disengaged. Who knows how these things happen? This was identical to the bust over there, but we left it on the dash of the car on a hot day. Master Nick modelled for this one by pressing his face against the screen door. This isn't a painting, it's a plant.
Okay, so let's have a look. Where is it going to take you?
It's a door. We don't have a special word for door here. It's the same as your American doors.
Okay, so there's nothing in here, so we'll have to walk along.
I'd rather not contaminate the crime scene with my own fingerprints. I dare say he looks familiar, but it's difficult to tell with him lying face down like that. Also, I'm certain I don't know any corpses. I applaud their efforts, but I dare say I've overcome significantly heartier barriers to my duties.
Okay, let's have a look over here. There might be something over here. Front garden. Anything out here that could spark anything? Quite no.
It seems that someone attempted to deliver a package around the time of the murder. I wondered if the delivery person saw anything. It appears to have one of those bloody QR codes on it that everyone seems to think people actually use. This one looks more like an owl to me.
So we'll have to go and ring at that, see if he can. So I'll pick this black note up as well.
This was left by an activist of some sort. It appears to have been left here somewhere around the time our deceased friend arrived in the entrance hall.
So we need to ask these two witnesses, okay?
I've always thought this thing was a bit unsettling, but I'm also fairly certain that there should be two of them. Surely one of them didn't just get up and walk away, though, did it?
Oh,
And do I actually want an
murder
answer
weapon.
to this question? This is where the birds live.
Okay, that could be an answer to where the murder weapon is. They could have been the gnome. Let's have a look around here before we go and ring anybody. Past the garden, let's have a look. It could be in the garden somewhere, I'm not sure. Oh! Now looking at this, there's a note on the shed. So let's see what this note on the shed said.
Much of this plan has yet to be incorporated, so this is useless as a map until the bloody thing is completed. Which, assuming this goes as Master Nick's other projects are gone, it never will be.
Junk wheels, they're for toll booths. Blossom, there's a Randy fellow. Azaleas, that's for good luck in the coming fiscal year.
Master Nick believes this is a TARDIS. A vast improvement over that time he believed it was a Portaloo.
Somebody speak.
Marigolds, that's for gems.
It's just a jumble of numbers and letters which apparently communicate some vital piece of information to the Royal Mail. It says 00D4L4Y. It's called the Hedge Maze of Doom for a reason. I dare not venture any further. This has been struck by lightning 37 times,
Okay, so we'll have
which is
to go
3
back
less times than I have.
and have a look at the numbers, I think.
Columbine, that's too soon.
Okay.
Forget-me-nots, those are for... Oh, Rosemary's for remembrance.
Ah, an extremely rare double-headed hayfruit.
Okay, let's go in here again, ring the numbers and see. So we'll have to go to get his mobile phone. Did I pick up the mobile phone? I'm not sure, did I?
It seems to have flown off the handle. I can relate, little garden implement.
Okay, so what we'll do is we'll go up into his room again, get the phone and ring. Okay, so we'll go and see what the mum says first. If we go here first before we go, see if she's in the drawing room.
Cool, there's been a right argy-bargy out there this morning, and I was described as a full-on foofera. What on earth is going on?
I've bad news and good news. There is only one piece of bad news, but it's quite a big one. There's been a murder in the entrance hall. The good news, on the other hand, is numerous. Master Nick is still alive and well, but more importantly, so are you.
Well, in future, see that you keep your so-called manners someplace where I can't hear them. I nearly couldn't get back to sleep after all that racket.
Okay, fair enough. She's got nothing to say for herself. So we'll go and have a look at these numbers. Ring the numbers.
One assumes he's in there somewhere, given the alternative, that he's actually gotten up off his arse.
Let's see then. Ring these two numbers, see what the witnesses say. So we'll do this one first.
Welcome to Stuff Bringers Intercontinental. Do you have the delivery slip that the driver left behind?
I have, yes.
And could you describe to me the animal that the QR code on the slip most closely resembles?
An owl. Definitely an owl.
Good, good. Right, now then, what is your postcode?
Of course. Our postcode is 00D4L4Y.
Good, good. Now then, I'll need the name of two of any of the recipient's direct ancestors.
Well, there's good great Aunt Petunia who lives downstairs.
Right, that's one.
Good great Uncle Petunia's husband?
This may shock you to discover, sir, but no, that's not the correct answer.
Nick Senior?
Sir, don't insult my intelligence. If you're going to lie, at least be smooth about it.
Right, sorry. Charlemagne?
No, sir.
I'm certain I saw on QI that every British person is a descendant of Charlemagne.
If that's the case, sir, it's hardly a good security question now, is it?
I may need to get back to you on that. Could you hold the line, please?
Well, sir, unfortunately I shall need to terminate this call. Please feel free to call again when you have even the most basic of information required of you. Good day.
Hello.
Hello. I see you visited our home recently, and I was hoping you wouldn't mind answering a question or two for me.
Before you ask your questions, I have a question for you. How many chlorofluorocarbons is an acceptable number of chlorofluorocarbons?
The seasoning you get when you order a Chinese?
No, that's monosodium glutamate. Also bad. You mortals are so woefully ignorant about this planet and its precious resources. The answer, by the way, was none. None chlorofluorocarbons. Ha 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 ha.
Wait, mortals? Are you not a mortal?
No, I'm a vampire. Can't you tell? Bleh.
I thought it might be rude to assume.
Listen, I could potentially live for eternity, and I'd rather not do it on a world choked with styrofoam Big Mac containers and plastic shopping bags.
I believe we call those, respectively, polystyrene and polyethylene.
I don't care what you call them. Just stop throwing them into the ocean.
So this is why you came to our home this morning, to lecture us about going green?
Correct. I hate going out during the day for obvious reasons, but my car runs on clean solar energy. Such irony is the story of my life. Or unlife, if you prefer.
I most certainly do not. Now, as much as I'd love to continue this conversation into eternity, I shall come to the point. Did you happen to witness, or I suppose cause, the murder that took place here earlier?
Certainly not. Decomposing corpses are the absolute worst greenhouse gas emitters. Had I encountered one, I would have done everything in my power to get it on ice, because...
Yes, very well. I've heard all I need, thank you.
I could come by again with some literature. Printed on recycled paper, of course.
Thank you, good day.
Welcome to Stuff Bringers Intercontinental.
Let's see if we got any.
Do you have the delivery slip that the driver left behind?
I have, yes.
And could you describe to me the animal that the QR code on the slip most closely resembles?
An owl. Definitely an owl.
Good, good. Right, now then, what is your postcode?
Of course. Our postcode is 00D4L4Y.
Good, good. Now then, I'll need the name of two of any of the recipient's direct ancestors.
I may need to get back to you on that. Could you hold the line, please?
Well, sir, unfortunately I shall need to terminate this call. Please feel free to call again when you have even the most basic of information required of you. Good day.
Okay, so we're going to ask Nick, see if we can ask Nick.
Perhaps I should poke that general area with a stick just to ensure that Master Nick is in there. No, I can hear him breathing. Too bad. Well, if you insist. Here I am.
It's about bloody time.
Your breakfast, sir.
Willikins, a palate as advanced as mine is not interested in the taste of one food. I told you to combine them. Willikins, let me put this in a way you'll understand. Go downstairs and prepare me some proper brekkie.
I'll see if anything is information in the dining room. In the drawing room, isn't in there?
Good morning, Miss Petunia. You're holding up well after the recent unpleasantness.
I always hold up well. Quite firmly, some might say.
Some presumably must, yes. Miss Petunia, ma'am, if it's not too much trouble, I require the name of one of Master Nick's ancestors.
Ooh, is this for some little project you're working on?
The project of exonerating his lordship of the murder charges, yes.
Well, let's see. There's me, of course.
Yes, I know that one.
But not in the biblical sense, eh, lad? Not due to a lack of trying on my part.
Rather. Could you perhaps provide me with a second name, ma'am? Any ancestor at all will do.
What am I, a bloody gynecologist?
Oh.
I believe you mean genealogist?
I'm not one of them neither. Go look at a painting or something. The whole's full of 'em. Surely one of those pictures is of someone we're related to.
Yes, well, thank you for your, I hesitate to say help, but in the absence of a more accurate word, it'll have to do.
Okay, we can, this looks like a murder weapon, so we could look at that.
Ah, the king of the jungle. Except the part where lions don't live in jungles, nor do they have royalty. So they're basically Americans.
Let's have a look, he's got a hole in his head.
Master Nick insists that Antelope rhymes with Penelope. Master Nick insists that Antelope rhymes with Penelope.
Okay, we'll have to look in the drawing room and we'll combine them foods then. Okay, so we'll go and where's the paintings? Let's have a look. In the gallery, is it? Some in the dining room as well.
We had to pay that tiger 60 quid to lie down and pose for that.
Okay, so they're not in here, so they might be in the dining room. So if I go in the dining room, they're all hung up, okay? So we'll have to look in the dining room and see the pictures. So let's have a look. Okay. Portrait of Lady Butch.
An ancient ancestor of Master Nick's with whom he was also once romantically involved. Our history, like the history of most great English families, is complicated and a bit incestuous. We don't actually know this person. I believe we purchased this painting in an estate sale of some kind.
Okay, so we've got some of these. We can go to the kitchen and put these two to get the sausages and the
Perhaps I should finish rescuing Master Nick from certain death by hanging before I resume preparing his breakfast.
Okay, so we've got some word of. Is there any more pictures, or is it just that? That's it. So we'll go to the bedroom again. We'll ring the number again and see if that worked. Because that could be his ancestor, and we don't know if Nick did it. If you know any tips on how I can solve this quickly, let me know in the comments. Would be helpful. So let's have So let's ring this number. And then we can see what happens. So let's pick up this.
Welcome to Stuff Bringers Intercontinental. Do you have the delivery slip that the driver left behind?
I have, yes.
And could you describe to me the animal that the QR code on the slip most closely resembles?
An owl. Definitely an owl.
Good, good. Right, now then, what is your postcode?
Of course. Our postcode is 00D4L4Y.
Good, good. Now then, I'll need the name of two of any of the recipient's direct ancestors.
Lady Beatrice. Her painted likeness smiles upon me every time I pass through our dining room.
Excellent, sir. That was all I required.
Oh, really? Only that?
I shall now connect you to the delivery driver you're trying to reach. Please hold.
Very well.
So it could be on hold all day.
Stuff Bringers Intercontinental, this is Deirdre. How may I help you?
Oh, no. Hello again, Deirdre. I thought I was to be connected to the delivery driver.
Yes, speaking. A lady can drive a truck and answer phones, you know.
I suppose you truly can have it all, then. Listen, there was a rather unpleasant incident here at the hall this morning, and I was wondering if you'd seen anything untoward during your visit.
You mean the murder?
Yes, that is exactly what I mean.
As it happens, I did see the incident, yes, sir. However, in order to provide you with further details, I shall need you to fill out Inquiry Form 6B and speak with my manager. I'm just fooling with you, sir. What, do you need me to call the police and promise to report what I saw as an official witness?
That would be wonderful, yes, thank you. And if it's not too much trouble, could you tell me what you saw first?
You wouldn't believe me if I told you, sir.
Goodbye.
Goodbye!
Oh! Yes, we found the witness. First witness, okay? So, let's have a look. We've got in the book the witness, isn't it? Let's have a look.
That detective fellow gave me this. It's meant to track my progress in gathering the 4 elements that can exonerate Master Nick. Motive, murder weapon, proof of sanity, and a witness. As of now, I've managed to locate a witness.
Okay, so we'll go and see what Nick says now. If you can.
Sir, it may please you to know that a lady from a delivery service of some kind has agreed to serve as a material witness in the forthcoming murder investigation.
Why on earth would you think that would please me? You clearly don't know anything about the sort of things that please me. Like ice lollies and boiled sweets.
How very English of you, sir.
Yeah, so I thought so. Well, you can stay out of there. That area is off limits to you.
Master Nick's great good Unc Grendel Thaddeus Q. Nickington IV. And some unknown gentleman upon his back. Look, kids, Big Ben, Parliament.
Okay. Oh, I know. That's the woman. About the weapon.
Good morning, my lovely. I wonder if you might assist me in determining the murder weapon that was used to assassinate the gentleman in our entrance hall.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes, I might. I also might not. And it turns out I might not. Off with you now.
Very good, Mum. Miss Petunia, my dear, I wonder if you might tell me
Yes.
the murder that happened in the entrance hall earlier. I was wondering if you might know of any reason why someone would kill a person here, in our home, and leave his body just inside our front door.
This may very well be the worst attempted flirting I've ever encountered, and I met Oscar Wilde once.
Mum, Oscar Wilde was notoriously fond of his own kind, as, I have pointed out on numerous occasions, am I.
Your mouth says no, but your hips say.
Yes, that's quite enough of that now, thank you. So, you're certain you can't help me with this motive thing, then?
Quite.
I wonder, my dear, if you might be able to help me locate proof of Master Nick's sanity. I wonder, my dear, if you might be able to help me locate proof of Master Nick's sanity.
Okay, so she won't help.
Good morning, you delightful creature.
Oh, delightful, is it?
You wouldn't happen to have seen or heard anything suspicious this morning around Master Nick's third breakfast time?
Is that a bloody Tolkien reference? I've told you before I shan't be having with hobbits in my hall.
So you didn't see a murder, then?
Only the murder of people's good sense. Those books are bloody boring.
I wonder, my dear, if you might be able to help me locate proof of Master Nick's sanity.
What do I look like? A trained medical professional? I'm not one of those to be cleared up. Okay. So we haven't got much ready to go on yet. Is it the woman? Okay, so we could...
Oh, that's a bad miss.
Oh, ain't gone. No, it's on the floor.
This would almost seem to fit the bill for Master Nick's required decision-making machine. Only this is apparently a normal 8-ball and not the magic sort.
Okay.
Well, I'm not touching that.
Okay, guys, I think we're going to leave it there for today. So, if you've got any tips on how to play the game, let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. Hit the thumbs up button and hit the little notification bell on the side next to the subscribe button so you know when I next upload, because YouTube doesn't tell you. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye!